Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Happy Sunday, happy Easter Sunday, and welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where I take you through the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. One of those stories in particular went viral on WhatsApp yesterday. It's all over Twitter, so maybe you've seen it, and Dubai police have acted immediately. We'll be talking about arrests have been made after a publicity stunt for an illegal website went viral. You can see a summary of that story right now on our Instagram. We'll also be talking about jobs in the creative industry will double in Dubai in the next couple of years, and we're on the hunt for the best karak in town, and we want your votes still, so keep them coming in.
Yes, a lot of mixed stories today, and we'll also be talking about the UAE malls to become silent for people with autism and sensory disorders, and turtle rescue missions of a Dubai Sheikh show how Seaspiracy, the new Netflix movie, isn't too far from home.
Really want to see that. I know that you were watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
But before we jump into it, it's Easter Sunday.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter to you.
And it's not only Easter Sunday, it's Breakfast Sunday.
Cheers, mate.
So an old banana. This was last week's food shop.
What was that, orange juice?
Orange juice with the label ripped off because,
No branding.
no branding, yes.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah, so it's all sticky and nasty.
What if we really shouted it out and we got some free juice out of it? Is that what we should be
Oh,
doing?
oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Too ethical in life.
Do I think alive?
But your mom is setting up an Easter egg hunt for you in your apartment.
Yeah,
Exciting.
well, I think so. She kind of half mentioned it. Guys, what are your Easter traditions? Because Yana was just here and she said a Russian tradition was to paint eggs, which is super cute. But one for me, always growing up, was mum would hide eggs everywhere.
Oh.
Nice.
And this year you
Chocolate.
have a dog as well, so you have to make sure you get to the eggs before your dog
That
does.
will be the challenge, because obviously dogs can't eat chocolate. So, but I feel like I'm not a very quick person. But when it comes to Easter egg ovens, then I can be. But apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, I see on Facebook groups there's a shortage of Easter eggs in Dubai.
Oh wow. People are going all out this year.
Well, I know. Did you know that there'd be a shortage? So apparently some of the, both of us checking to see if we had it all out. Yeah, I think some of the supermarkets don't have the
Easter eggs anymore.
Easter eggs anymore.
Chocolate eggs. But
So it depends on brands. And then I saw in the UK, because of Brexit, the Easter chocolate makers such as Cadbury's are finding it difficult to distribute outside the world because of paperwork and things. So maybe they're connected. I don't know. All I know is that Facebook groups are unhappy because there's no Easter eggs in Dubai. And I agree with them.
But you know what? If there are no Easter eggs, just pray. I mean, not for eggs, just pray. Because today, Jesus, no. What's the significance behind Easter? Do you know?
It's a really good question.
I'm just gonna Google it. Someone told me yesterday, and I'm just like, it just zoned out. Anyway.
On Easter Sunday, Mum, who's definitely watching, please proceed, Simran.
Christians all over the world celebrate Easter to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I thought that was... No, that Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ. This is his resurrection. So when he came back to life from him being crucified, right?
Yeah, the reason I didn't want to go into it is because I always get confused between the different Sundays, because there's Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday. Of course, Easter Sunday was the day Jesus was resurrected.
Like, duh. And a Good Friday is... it's okay. Moving on.
I love these questions about world religion on the live show. Thanks so much, Simran.
No, sorry.
No, it's fantastic. It really is good. Someone saying you guys should check your new song in the bio. We will after the show, Mr. Onga. Let's jump into our top story. This is something that's been talked about a lot on Twitter and WhatsApp in the last 24 hours. If you've seen it, we have a teeny tiny example beside us on Facebook. Arrests have been made after a publicity stunt for an illegal website went viral. So this is hands down one of the most shocking, disrespectful videos I've probably seen in Dubai. It's on Twitter, it's on WhatsApp, and if you've been sent it, I would urge you to get it off your phone, delete it, do not pay it forward. Pay it forward, share it forward. The footage basically shows a large group of women posing naked on a balcony in Dubai. Dubai police acted immediately. They posted a story last night saying this is unacceptable behaviour which does not reflect the values of Emirati society. So they stamped out immediately. Arrests have been made. They've also said that you could be fined from 5k up to a month of imprisonment. However, they further added to that saying if you are arrested or if you are held up against court of law for publishing pornographic materials, you could face up to 250 to 500,000 dirhams fine. So please take note of that. This video, I don't know, I just saw it last night. I was, what? Who is even thinking that this is okay?
Yeah. the fact that the video from it got distributed so much. Okay, so it was a gathering of 10 plus people in a house, and that also a very inappropriate gathering. And someone took a video of it from inside the house and circulated the video. So I'm just like, already you're doing something so messed up, and then you are letting something like if it's a publicity stunt, I mean, I don't know what publicity stunt is worth a fine so big and then jail time.
Well, this is it. There's a large number of people involved in this, and because it happened in Marina, it wasn't just the people involved in the disrespectful act that could be held accountable, because obviously a lot of people saw it and took videos, and those are the videos that are being distributed. And like you said, it's over 10 people.
Yeah.
Which, as we know,
COVID.
It's not okay.
It was not even. Yeah. Okay. So one of our colleagues saw it, and her reaction was just no masks, more than 10 persons.
Yeah.
That was literally her first reaction. She was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Well, there's other things going on too."
I mean, it was just everything was so wrong. I mean, even if you were like walking around in masks and doing that, it's still wrong. But it's just wrong. And the fact that, I mean, they were standing in the balcony like that, and just
it was widely seen in Marina and shared, and certain sources say that it could be related to a publicity stunt for a website that would be illegal here in the UAE. We don't have that confirmed, but basically, like I said, it's pretty much the most shocking video I've seen in the UAE ever. I don't know in what kind of mindset that all of the people, the massive number of people involved in this were thinking, but it's there now, and it was fantastic to see that even before I saw the video, Dubai police had already acted.
the statement, yeah.
They had already arrested a number of people involved, so I think that's just kind of putting out a very strong statement there that this stuff is not okay, and it's not going to be okay. And of course, the UAE is incredibly tolerant,
yes.
And we're so lucky to have hundreds of nationalities, over 200 nationalities living here. But we have certain laws of respect, especially as kind of the time of the year that it is now. You would expect that people would be upholding.
Yeah,
exactly. The holy month of Ramadan is approaching. This time of the year is very holy for people, and you would expect that people would just kind of withhold the values of society.
Yeah,
and hopefully that will continue.
And the UAE always says is like, come enjoy the city, enjoy the country, but as long as you respect the rules and respect all the culture, everything is fine. But this goes way beyond all measures. But yeah, like you said, the UAE is tolerant. And speaking of tolerance, we'll move on to our next story. That as a part of an inclusivity initiative, small and commercial centers will go silent on the first Monday of each month. Okay. Starting from April 5th, to help people with autism and other sensory disorders, this new initiative will be called the Quiet Room. Now, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., sensory-controlled shopping experiences will see brightness and lights reduced, music halted, and the scents from perfume stores from around the mall and incense stores minimized. And moreover, all ads will be paused except for the emergency information. And the idea is to create a calm atmosphere for those who get affected by noise, brightness, or smell. Now, this has been rolled out by the Zayed Higher Organization for People of Determination, the ZHO, in partnership with multiple entities to implement the Quiet Room Drive. And how amazing is that the UAE...
Can we get a clap for that? Like, that is so cool. I don't know what other cities are doing. Sorry, continue. That's amazing.
Yeah, the UAE is so small, but they really just keep in mind people of all kind of, like from all walks of life, from whether it's culture, whether it's physicality, everything. Like they are so what's the word? Like they're so thoughtful of all these things. Yeah, like it's just amazing. It's such an amazing initiative.
I think that story is it just got better and better. Like I've heard a couple of my friends work with, let's say, for example, people with autism and different people of determination, and they say it's very hard for us to imagine what it's like for someone with a specific, let's say, disorder going into a mall, because there's different sounds that they will react to and different smells. So the fact that malls in the UAE, Yas Mall is one of the largest malls in the UAE, is making a specific time to make it much more pleasing, much more comfortable for more people to be able to go and enjoy the facilities in the mall. that doesn't happen in other countries.
Yeah,
Like
honestly.
it's so fantastic. I've never heard of this happen before, and like I've heard it's really difficult, but then I've never heard like a whole massive mall entity saying, okay, so we're going to change up what we do to make sure that it's comfortable for them. So it's amazing.
And people have epilepsy as well. Malls are loud, malls are colorful, and it stores do that to attract, because they have competition. So it's so many, yeah, like you said, like there's so many people with various kinds of disabilities and disorders. So this really, it's like to all of them, like they're taking care of all senses, like smell, if you have a thing with, if smell is too strong for you, or if the brightness is too much for you. So it's really taking care of all aspects, and it's amazing for the Zaid organization as well to even push this drive so much. It's not just Yas Mall, it's other commercial centers in Abu Dhabi as well. So hopefully soon it'll come to Dubai, and it'll just be a massive benefit for those people here as well.
Yeah, come to Dubai and hopefully spread around the world when they see what an incredible initiative it is.
Around the world.
Moving on to more good news stories. Jobs in the creative industry will double in Dubai. Yesterday, Dubai launched a strategic program to make Dubai a global capital for the creative economy. And with that, they aim to increase the number of creative firms in Dubai from 8,000 to 15,000. And also creative professionals will hopefully in the next 5 years jump from 70,000 to 150,000. That's 80,000 new jobs. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, he said innovation is an integral part of our economy, lifestyle and future. And of course, this announcement came at the very end of Art Dubai, which I think ended yesterday, which was an incredible show of creativity in the UAE, in Dubai, down at DIFC. And I think this will kind of inspire more passion in the creative industry to know that Dubai in particular is excited about the next 5 years and helping people get more jobs in the creative industry.
Woo! Woo! So if I lose my job, I know there will be more jobs coming up. I read this news yesterday, I'm like, thank God.
More creative firms, more creative people. But we know that they, I sidestepped Simran losing her job because it would be awkward to talk about it on air.
Oh my God! Stop it!
You got the parameters for that.
Thank you!
Thanks.
And a clap.
I don't know if he's talking to me or you.
Wait, who are you talking to, Ali? You should got a bit of okay.
Appreciate that, Ali. But we know that the UAE is putting a lot of more emphasis on the creative arts. They've said there's also a visa, which I think was announced a couple of months ago, which said people in the creative industry across the world are invited to come and take a kind of a longer term residency based on specific requirements. And this is another step to help them. Like, it's so exciting. I was down at DIFC on Thursday night for Art Dubai, and it was so cool.
Wow. You were in my hood and not even one message.
Oh, I didn't know your hood was DIFC.
Whatever.
Is that your specific hood? If I was sending a parcel, if I was sending
in DIFC, under the arc.
What arc?
Not arc, like the rectangular thing.
You think if it was your hood, you'd?
I just sit there under.
You mean the frame?
Yeah, the frame. I just sit there all day, all night.
No, she's not talking about Dubai frame. That's
no, not Dubai.
You're talking about the gate.
Yeah, the gate.
Okay.
The Avenue gate.
Gate Avenue.
That was my hood.
Yeah, it was really great. It's a shame I didn't see
it.
Were you there on Thursday for Art Dubai?
I passed by yesterday actually, and it was buzzing. People just love art. I don't understand art, but like people love it, and they were there enjoying it so much.
Honest.
Yeah.
But let's say I don't understand art in any way, shape, or form. I don't pretend to. But then I walk past something, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh,
I can imagine that in this room or this in that room. Or
and then when I see abstract, I'm like, I could do that.
You probably could.
It only takes time.
Yeah. But I feel like if you have the artsy look and if you create some art, people might just buy into it.
It's not like art
exactly.
takes months and years to.
I'm only joking. No, just joking.
Yeah. Well,
you can go for it. Yeah.
But it's interesting. We both got the vibe that it was pumping, right?
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first kind of big outdoor event that Dubai has had, and it's so cool that people from all over the world. There was galleries from 50 countries, I think, in the UAE showing for Art Dubai. So whether or not we appreciate art or we just liked the vibes, which is what I was there for.
You were there inside? You checking out?
Well, I wasn't inside, but I was in the
area, the hood,
in the restaurant area, looking at all the arts, because they had like art display. No, I wasn't inside, but they had art displayed outside, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
But it's just cool that they were able to hold this event when around the world people aren't having events. So it's just cool that we were getting to
And
be
the
part of it.
fashion, people go dressed up to these exhibitions and it's just like so fancy. I'm like, yeah, I just want to see their clothes and the art and everything. I love artists, just saying. Moving on. Now, a turtle rescue missions of a Dubai Sheikh show that Seaspiracy isn't far from home. Now, there are two topics in focus here. One is the newly released marine life documentary Seaspiracy, and another is Sheikh Fahim Al Qasimi's sea turtle rescue missions in Dubai. Now, putting these two topics side by side, it's clear that the highly overlooked reality conveyed through the documentary isn't too far from home. Now, Seaspiracy, the 2021 documentary film about industrial fishing by and starring Ali Tabrizi. I don't know if I got it right, but Ali Tabrizi depicts, and his partner. So this documentary depicts the cold reality of seafood consumption and the horrific impacts on whales, dolphins, slavery, and the environment altogether. Now, you can adopt an ignorance is bliss approach to this hard-hitting film, but the fact remains that at the pace at which we're going, there will be no marine life left. And if there's no marine life left, there is no human life left, because oxygen and humans and the sea, it's all correlated, and that's what you get to see in the movie. Have you heard of the movie?
I saw it on your Instagram stories yesterday.
Oh my god.
Your opinion was very stated on your story. Very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear.
But you need to see the movie, Casey. It's so eye-opening. It's like, there are horrible things happening out there in the ocean, but this really shows the extent of how bad things are, and it's horrible.
Is this newly released on Netflix?
Yeah.
To watch it.
No, you really do.
I feel like I've got like a bucket load of
Movies to watch.
not movies, but documentaries, and then I've just.
It should be your first. Like really, it's around the world. It's getting to the top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Netflix has a top 10, so it's getting there. Like in the UK, it's number one. A few other countries, but I lost track of them. But.
Do you think it's strong enough to incite change?
I really think so. Like, it's not a movie that has any propaganda or anything. It just shows what is happening there, and the reality is so stark, and it's so devastating that after seeing it yourself, you're gonna be like, okay, you want to be a part of that change. And a lot of people will be like, like if I stop eating fish, or if I do something, it's just one person, what difference will a person make? But like, the thing is, every person, every contribution, every change is a contribution to a bigger picture. So after seeing it, you're gonna really like, I don't know, maybe you won't stop, but it's just gonna make you more aware of what's happening.
It's a really strong statement. Every small change is a contribution to a big picture. Well said.
Oh my god. Girl, thanks. Okay, so the documentary conveyed that one big contributor to the destruction of sea life is overfishing and the entrapment of marine life by discarded fishing nets. And just recently, Sheikh Fahim Al Qasimi shared the story of a sea turtle that got trapped by a fishing wire and ended up losing her leg while struggling to break free. And this was 7 meters down. The turtle was found in a dire condition where her neck and flipper were attached to the seabed, trapping her below the surface. And she even lost her flipper. She lost her leg. So clearly delivering the message that Seaspiracy is happening all around the world and even hitting home. And the message of Seaspiracy just rang loud and clear. So if you relate the two, I think at home, wherever you are, whichever part of the world you're at, it's not. Seaspiracy mentions a few countries, like the documentary mentions a couple, like very prominently, but it happens all over the world, fishing and all of that. So it's just that awareness.
100%, and it moves into kind of the waste issue that we talk about a lot, and even if there's waste in one country because it's going into the waterways and then it's moved around, so everywhere is affected.
But the funny thing is, in the documentary they show, like, okay, people say stop using plastic to save the fish. Well, then stop eating fish to save the fish. There's so many things, and it's like plastic, and of course that's very damaging. Plastic straws, plastic packets, all of that, animals do get stuck. But then fishing nets that are designed to kill fish and designed to kill all of these marine life animals and coral reefs and all of that, what about those? It's like, if we stop using plastic, of course it's great, but then there are still fishing nets that entrap them, that the coral, it stops the coral reefs from getting any urchins and stuff coming to it. So it just like, completely destroys the whole oceanic world, and it's just messed up.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
So my take sometimes on documentaries that I've seen is, and I haven't seen this at all. Yeah. And as soon as I hear about kind of passionate, especially like with the Faham Al-Qasimi turtle story, like it makes me really sad to think of animals losing their lives. So my initial reaction is, it's really sad.
Yeah.
However, with any documentary, I always go into it with a view that there's bias on either side.
Yeah.
And there always is.
Yeah.
So no, but for example, there's, let's say, like in politics, right wing and left wing, and if you watch too much right wing, you're going to swing that way too much, because that's what you are opening yourself up to.
Yeah.
So is there any potential for that in this documentary?
See, he just from what I saw, the guys, like, he got into the documentary saying he loves the ocean from a very young age, and he just the more he explored the ocean, the more he discovered its tragedies and its horror stories and what happens, and not just with animals but with slavery, because a lot of fishermen are slaves and they get tortured in the ship when they're out in the sea, and these are accounts given by real people. So it's just and then he's like, okay, then he discovered more of this, and then he realized, like, actually this is the only way to help it. Like, basically, I mean, if you think about it's just facts. Like, if you want to help it, the only thing you can do is reduce your consumption of fish. 100%. So,
well,
yeah.
In general, waste consumption is something that we all really need to be looking at more in our own personal lives. 100%.
Yes.
We'll move on to our final story. Something that is delicious, and it's not hurting the environment in any way. We are taking your votes now, because as you probably know, the hunt for the greatest crack in Dubai is on, and we're super excited about it. Yay. Tasting delicious things. Dubai Food Festival has kicked off, and as you know, it's 24 days that gets you out exploring the best of what Dubai has to offer, from foodcations and experiences, Dubai Restaurant Week, hidden gems, and of course, the hunt to find the greatest crack in town. It's an impossible feat. It's an impossible task. We're looking for the top 10, and votes are open right now on Love in Dubai. First, we asked you for what your favorite ones. We got lots of nominations through. We got hundreds of nominations through. We whittled them down to just 30. They're all on Love in Dubai right now. And if you go on, click the Dubai Food Festival, vote now, and you can vote for your favorite and get that in the running for the greatest crack in town.
Yeah.
Love this top 10.
Woo!
Usually our top 10s are much more simplified. Yeah. We do it in a week. This is a whole
month. And this,
24 days,
guys,
massive.
You have voted for. There is no bias over here. So make sure from that, go and vote for your favorite. It's going to be tough though, because they're all so good. But from what we discovered when we did the chai tasting, not all karaks are the same.
Not all chais are the same.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Each restaurant adds its own mix and own magic to make it stand out. So we know you have a favorite, but we want to know that favorite.
The best is with saffron.
I was going to say, wait, where did you say is the best?
The best is
with saffron.
Yes. Oh, with saffron. But we had a place, we had one of the...
Yeah.
I kept drinking that one.
And we all agree that one's the best, but I'm going to vote for that one.
It's but it was such a nice experience, because what we did was we got a lot of chai places, and we got them to send, and what they do is they send each of them sent these cute little containers with lots of cups. It was such a cute.
That was so cute.
Experience.
Like a portable chai carrier. It was so cool.
So if you have like a couple of places that you really enjoy, you could order from them today and then vote on Love in Dubai.
Yeah.
In collaboration with Dubai Food Festival for the greatest crack in Dubai. Guys, that is it for us on the Love and Daily this morning. Goodbye from me.
Can you close with a chai pun?
I can chai, but I don't know how good it will be.
Oh! Did you hear that? What? That was so good.
Yeah.
Bidumtis for what? That was good.
Yeah,
that wasn't
I'm doing the bidumtis.
No, that was really good. That wasn't a bidumtis.
That's better.
It was so good. I can chai. Like, that was quick.
On that note, guys, have a great day. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Stay safe and wash your hands.
See you later.
Guys, that is a wrap for The Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss The Lovin Show every Tuesday, where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.